Hey designers, we are here for our first live Q&A. So are you ready to get the party started? Remember now, it's a little bit hard for me to catch every comment as it comes up on the screen because A, the screen is so small, and B, it disappears so quickly. So if for some reason you feel like your question is being ignored, you might have to ask it again. So I'm excited about this. I like the YouTube live. We did it yesterday as a little test run. I lost you guys though. We were in the car on the way home from going to the doctor and we hit a certain spot there where we lost all service. So some of you guys just like dropped you right there in mid-sentence, but hopefully today will be much better because we're right here at home. So hopefully the service will not be going in and out, but I'm excited about this. A lot of you enjoyed the live yesterday and I had a lot of fun with you, and then I got a lot of comments later on in the evening. Hello E-family, good morning. And Beth Ann, which is Amy, how are you? I am feeling a little bit better this morning, maybe about 20% better. I think the meds are finally kicking in, you guys. Anyway, several of you had commented late yesterday evening that you were sorry that you had missed the live. So today's will be a little longer. Maybe by then you'll get the notifications on your phone that we're online. Hello, Charlene. Good morning. And Doris, good morning to you. Thanks for joining in. One of you's over there in Texas. Thank you, Amy. I am glad too, because I tell you, it has been a rough few days. Still not feeling up to par, but definitely better. It's amazing how fast these antibiotics can get in your system and actually start working. Incredible. So thankful for medication. Oh my word, that is for sure. Yesterday I was hurting so bad I didn't even want to crawl out of bed, but yet laying there was uncomfortable, sitting up was uncomfortable. Everything was just miserable. So at least today I felt like getting up. So that's a good thing, right? Oh my word. All right. We got about 14 of you here already. So you can start firing those questions away if you have some. I actually had someone who had sent me in a question through Facebook. There is, I think that was Tina. It went so fast. Janine, Raina, Tammy. Good morning, all of you guys. Yes, Amy is in Oklahoma and it's showing 30 on your end. Okay, well, it's only showing 15 to me, so there must be a little delay on my end. Good morning, Sandy, and welcome. That's right. Some better is definitely a good thing because I do not like being immobile, not being able to get up and do something, especially when there's so much to be done. You guys have seen our house and it is a disaster right now trying to get in there to get Bub's room working on, and it's hard just to sit there and stare at a mess. That's for sure. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you very much. I am glad to be feeling better. All right, let's see what Doris says. Does your daughter or son have a job where they make money? No, we refuse to let our kids work while they were still in school. And of course, our daughter has graduated. She is in the process of beginning to look for a job, but we're not in a big hurry for that either because she is taking online classes through her college. And we just feel that while they are studying and working towards their educational goals, they don't need the distraction of having to have jobs. So definitely refuse to let them do it during high school, but she's at the age now she can make that decision. And so I think she's wanting to begin looking for part-time jobs. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But I know a lot of teenagers work when they're in school, and I did. Good morning, Beth Allen. She is right here in Florida. Well, hello, fellow Floridian. A lot of teenagers work in school. I worked whenever I was in school, but it did distract, and it took me away from a lot of activities I just couldn't do because I was bound by a schedule for working, and I didn't have to work. I just wanted to. But when I got older and looked back at all the things I missed out, nah. I would not let our kids do that because they're only young once. Whenever they get to be adults, they're going to have a lot of time to have to work and be strapped to a job. So that's the story there. A couple questions rolled up, but I couldn't see them fast enough. So you guys might have to ask me those again so that I'll be able to catch them. This screen goes so fast, you guys, and then it just disappears right into thin air. So I'll have to get you to ask me them again if I missed it. Someone had sent me a question in on Facebook, and let me try to pull that up. So my face isn't going to be on the screen for just a second here. She had actually sent that in for me to answer on a Cocoa and Cookies. Cocoa and Cookies isn't on this channel anymore. It's over on my channel, just my name, Deena Rose. It is another channel that I have, and that's where I've moved the Cocoa and Cookies on Mondays, in case you've been missing those. That's where that is. So when she sent the questions in, I told her we would just answer them in a different format, and let me see if I can find those questions for you now, and I'll answer them this way. My plan at this point is to do a live chat every Friday. Can't promise that yet because you guys know how busy our schedules are around here, but that's my plan right now. And this is kind of going to take the place of that Cocoa and Cookies over here on this channel. It'll just be a live chat instead. So, love the variety of videos on the channel. How do I find time for it all? Family. I really don't know how I find time for it all. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Janie. And let's see, Janine, how's the weather in Florida today? It is beautiful and bright and sunny. Let me see if I can turn the camera around and I can at least show you right outside my bedroom window here. Well, you guys can't see a whole lot except for that wall, but you can see over here on this side, see all that beautiful sun popping in? That's why I decided to do this in this spot, because there's some good natural light coming in. I haven't actually walked outside today, so I'm not sure what the temperature is, but as warm as it is in the house, it must be pretty hot. All right, let's see what these questions were here on Facebook. Since you have lived in Florida most of your life, and let's see, these questions came to me from, I'm not sure if you say that Jean or Jeannie, but Jean Schul, she said, since you have lived in Florida most of your life, have you ever had a close encounter with an alligator or an invasive or non-native snake, the kind that get real big? No, thankfully. No, I have not. Now, we have seen a lot of alligators at a fairly close difference. I mean, far enough away to be safe, that's for sure, but they are always out and about. We live in a little town that has, I forget how many lakes we have here. The name Interlachen that you guys have seen in the address section means interlocking bodies of water. That's what the name means. I think it was a German name, if I'm not mistaken. So everywhere you go, there is a lake, and there are always gators around. When we travel down to church, we have shown you guys the little canal that we go over. It's the Cross Florida Waterway Canal, I think is the name of it, the official name. There's always alligators out there, but fortunately, we haven't been extremely close, not in the wild anyway, only at the alligator farms that we have around here. And as far as snakes, we encounter snakes all the time, but they're the native snakes that are here in Florida. And yes, they're out all the time, especially where we are, because you guys have seen how many wooded areas are around our home. So lots and lots of snakes, but fortunately none that get huge that are non-native to Florida. So great question. Love that question. All right, so let's see here. Mrs. Stationery and Stuff. What's the best thing about living in Florida? I think was the question, then it disappeared. The best thing about living in Florida has to be the sunshine. Absolutely. Even on cold days, there's still sunshine. And even on our rainy days, rain whenever it rolls in, we can have a day where it's kind of dreary, overcast all day, but those are rare. Usually when the storms roll in, just like yesterday, we showed you guys when we were live and in the vlog on the vlog channel last night, you guys seen those ominous clouds that have rolled in, and we had a good storm for probably about an hour. Hello, Susan. And then it went away and the sun came out. And so that's what I love most about being in Florida, is all the sunshine, because I need light to be happy. I do not like places where it is overcast, dreary, and gray. Hey, Ninju, good morning. How are you? It's chilly in Arizona today, huh? Let's see. I think you guys are, what, an hour behind us, Ninju? All right, let's see. Carrie She is jealous of our warm weather. I'm so sorry. Hey, Deena, I think is that Deena or is it Dinah? If I could bottle it up and send it to you, I sure would. That's for sure. In the UK, it's always, you're joining us from the UK? That's awesome. All the way around the world. Very cool. Nice to have you. So it's always dreary there, huh? Yeah, see, that would probably drive me crazy. Good morning, Stacy. There's Tina, Miss Living Life Right. I've been missing you, Tina. Jealous of me in Florida. I hope you get to come down this summer too, Tina. If you do, we've definitely got to make sure that we meet up. That's for sure. So it's not, oh, you're 2 hours behind me, Ninju. I didn't realize that. Okay. So it's just getting rolling around there for you then. There we have Lindsay. Tunisia? Is that where you are from? Is that what that said? I don't have my glasses on. I should have brought my glasses in here. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you're here on the channel, part of the family. It's 4:15 p.m. over in the UK. That is so cool that you are here from around the world. I think that was Sparkles for Girly Girl. Is that who just popped up there? Good morning to you. I think that's who that said. I'm trying to get used to this screen. It goes so fast, and I forgot to bring my glasses. You're moving to Florida, and you want the sun and heat. That's from Stacy. When are you coming? You're going to love Florida. Hopefully. It is hot, but hopefully you will. How long does it take to do your makeup? Oh, great question. This look today, let's see, I sat down about 10:15 and was done around 10:45. So about 30 minutes for this look today. I'm very slow at my makeup. Very slow. You're coming in June. Okay, you're coming at one of the hottest parts of the year. Between August and September, it is excruciating. But if you can make it through this first summer down here, then you will be a pro at it. I am very slow at my makeup. That was a good question. You guys have seen the get readies with me. And a lot of times, even whenever I edit those down, they still end up like 25, almost 30 minutes long. And that's with a lot of editing. I never have been fast at it, which is probably why I don't wear it every day. Because people have asked me that before, you know, like, why don't you put your makeup on? I used to have a little neighbor that lived behind me here. And every day she would get up in full face and just always look so beautiful. And she said it took her 10 minutes. Me, I cannot do that. Well, thank you very much, Carrie. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like it just looks a hot mess. Raina, you're doing a great job keeping up with everyone. Well, thank you. I sure am trying. Doris. Oh, it went away, Doris. I saw the word funny. That's all I caught. So ask me that again. Stacy says you're moving to Tampa. All right. Tampa is about 3 hours from me. Ninju, question. Oh, it went away, Ninju. Hey there, Stephanie. I hope you're feeling better. I saw where you're not feeling well either. Oh, Kathy, your comment went away again, so ask me that again. Tampa, it's about 3 hours from me. 2.5 to 3 hours. Really all just depends on the traffic. That is further south, but you're going to be on the Gulf Coast. But yes, the weather, you're going to be even a little hotter there than what I am here because I'm still a little bit north of there. But yeah, Tampa gets very hot. If let's see, Nessa ever can sign on this morning, I'm not sure if she's gonna be able to join us. She can tell us about Tampa. I have a question, Deena. What do you think of the craze of people thinking we have been visited by aliens? Ooh, good question. Stephanie, I am glad to hear that you are feeling better. These antibiotics are incredible, aren't they? Mine have already kicked in and I feel a lot better too. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Stephanie. That's a great question, Kathy. I don't believe in aliens. No, I do not believe in aliens. And I think a lot of these people, Doris, the funniest things the kids have ever done. I'll come back to that. Hello, Supernatural Beauty 11. Good morning. I don't believe in aliens, and I believe that people who think they have encounters with aliens, I think that they probably are having encounters with entities or beings of another kind, but not beings from other planets, other worlds, maybe, yes. So, not real sure what to think of all that. Some of it I think is made up for attention, obviously. And some of it, I don't know. Maybe they had too much pizza before they went to bed and they think they've had an encounter. But that's a great question. That would be fun for a whole topic of discussion, wouldn't it? All right, back to the question. What's the funniest things the kids have ever done? Oh my goodness. That is a tough... You guys hear the sirens? I'm not sure what's happening out there, but I hear sirens buzzing by. We don't hear those very often here where we live. The funniest things the kids have done. For Kristen, I guess it would probably be when she was about 14 months old, somewhere around in there. We had just moved out here to this house, and we were trying to unpack boxes and all that good stuff. And I had her sitting in her little bouncy seat, the kind that has the little wheels where they can roll around and that kind of stuff, but it still keeps them pretty confined so they're safe. Well, I had her in that one night, and she somehow got hold of the phone. I had laid the cordless phone on top of that little bouncy seat. There's Janine. Good morning. Well, thank you so much for watching and enjoying the channel. I'm glad you're part of the family. She was in that little bouncy seat, and I laid the cordless phone on top of it just to have somewhere to set it. And she picked it up, and I saw her playing with it, and I was like, that's okay. She can't hurt the phone. But somehow, those little 14-month-old fingers just perfectly hit 911. The next thing I know, my husband was at work. That's whenever he still worked shift work because it was pretty late at night. He called and he said, "Is everything okay? Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Sure, everything is okay. Why? Why are you asking?" Because he sounded panicked. He said, "Well, we just got a 911 call to the house and they've dispatched us on the way." And that's when I realized, oh my word, how in a world was she able to hit 911? So that was kind of funny. He was at work, panicked about us because they couldn't get back through. When they tried to call back through, the phone was off the hook. So naturally, it seemed like a true emergency, but that was pretty funny. It was even funny at the moment for me. I thought it was funny. For Bub, oh my goodness, he has done so much through the years that was funny that it's kind of hard to narrow it down for him because your daughter turns 11 on Tuesday. Any advice with Dylan for preteen mood swings? Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Bub is our family comedian. And so he does a lot of things that keep us laughing and keep us rolling. He has blurted out some things whenever he was little that made us blush, and it was just so funny, the innocence of the moment, and I mean rolling and laughing for days at him. So yeah, we have a good time around here, that's for sure. The daughter that's turning 11, what do I suggest for pre-teen mood swings? That's a great question because most of you know we are youth pastors at our church. And so, okay, Ninju has one. If you had to pick one, high heel or lipsticks. Woo, great question. Coming back to that in a minute, Ninju. For the preteens, we do work with our youth at our church, and right now we're also filling in with the kids that go up to age 12, so we kind of have both age ranges there. And the number one thing that I can suggest to you, and the number one mistake that I see that parents make when we hear the complaints on our end from the teens who come to talk to us, is that parents do not pay enough attention to what they're feeling. They don't validate their feelings, if that makes sense. Hormonal changes that happen in teenagers, especially pre-adolescent girls, it is amazing what happens in their brain. And it really is most of the time chemically induced because they've got so many hormone levels that are changing that's helping them to develop into young women. And so just like for us, when we go through PMS or whenever we go through menopause and all those kind of changes that happen that make us feel like we're going crazy, the same thing happens with these young girls, and they need freedom to be able to express those emotions. They never need freedom to be rude during those mood swings or to be hateful. They have to be lovingly guided into being respectful with their family, even though there's a lot of things happening that's making them confused. But just stop, remember what it was like to be young, remember what it's like whenever you have days and moments of frustration, and really truly validate where they are. I think if you can do that, you're going to keep a relationship with your daughter that's going to create a bond that will not be broken. And that is the crucial age to make it happen, because between 11 and 14, if that bond breaks down, then by the time they hit those upper teen years, it's almost impossible to reel it back in without a third party intervention, because so much damage can be done. So great question. And the very fact that you're even concerned about it says a lot about what a great mom you are. So that's awesome. Ninju, back to your question. High heels or lipstick? Ha, that's a tough one, girlfriend. Amy says, great advice. My son is 12 and going through some change. Yes, boys absolutely go through a lot of the same changes. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. High heels or lipstick? Girl, that's a hard one to have to choose from. You guys can see over here, see the lipsticks up there? If you watched the recent declutter, I had over 400 lipsticks the other day. I've got that video on the channel. You can go watch me go through all 400. And we got rid of 117, I think. So I'm down to, I forget what the final count was, like 280 something, I think. I don't know. You'll have to go watch that video. But if you could see back here, which you can't right now, but most of you have seen it before in vlogs, I have a shoe closet that's for nothing but shoes, top to bottom, floor to ceiling. But if I had to choose at this moment in time, I would probably go with the lipsticks, only because I'm a little heavier now than what I'm used to carrying around. And a lot of my high heels really do hurt my feet until I get the weight off. So until I got the weight off, I'd go with the lipstick. After that, probably would have to go back with those shoes because I do love a pretty heel. Yes, I do. So that's a great question. I've never had to choose between the two before. Great question. I hope you guys can't see this, but I feel it. My lipstick is like breaking down on my lips or something. That is so strange. It feels like little beads of sand laying across the top of my lips. Kind of irritating, that's for sure. So, what other questions you got you want to fire away this morning? I know you guys were sending them in real consistently with the cocoa and cookies, but I really wanted to change the format of that to where we could discuss. Ninja would pick the lipsticks. I know you would, girlfriend. You love them as good as I do, don't you? Bye from Tennessee. Bye, Janine. I'm glad you had a chance to at least join us for a little while. Thank you very much for coming by today. I wanted to change the format of that cocoa and cookies to take it more in the direction of Bible study, because some of the questions that I get a lot, because you guys know that I am a minister, have to deal with pertaining to life issues that I feel can only be answered through the Word of God. So that's why we changed that format and I moved it over there to the other channel. It just seemed to fit better with the content that's over there. So check it out. If you guys didn't know that, what's my favorite shop? Oh, good question. If you guys didn't know that we have two other questions, Amy says, I'm already through all my clutter and giving away some clothes that don't fit. 15 pounds is an awesome accomplishment, Amy. Good for you. And yes, get rid of those clothes, because I found whenever I hold on to them, then it's like it's not settled in my mind that I'm not gaining it back. 10:30 in Indiana. Okay, so you're an hour behind me there. My favorite shop. That's a great question. Depends on if we're talking makeup, shoes, or if we're talking clothing. For shoes, I love to go to a store called Traffic. Don't know if you guys have them where you are, but love that store for high heels. And I also like City Trends. I've gotten a lot of my heels from City Trends. I love that store as well. Favorite for makeup? I really like going to MAC, but I love Ulta because there's a bigger variety there. Obviously, it's not just one brand. Good morning, Nessa. Nessa, somebody that was on here this morning is about to move to Tampa in June. So they're wanting to know how the weather is down there. Fill us in. I know you guys are usually a little hotter than we are up here. Let's see. So I'd have to go with Ulta. You do have MAC over there? That is pretty awesome. I love MAC. I do. I love their lip colors and I love the other products. I don't have a lot of MAC right now because MAC and me, our pocketbooks, my pocketbook doesn't match them right now. But if it did, I would definitely shop there more. Matter of fact, I think I've only personally purchased one thing from MAC. I think every other item that I have from MAC has been bought for me for either Mother's Day, birthdays, or different stuff like that. Nessa said it's pretty good in Tampa today. It's pretty up here. It looks like, though, the clouds are starting to roll in. I showed you guys a while ago how bright it was, but out there right now I can see a little bit of gray starting to happen. You don't have MAC where you are, Carrie, but you do have Ulta. Sephora, I do like Sephora as well. Sephora has the good points, the rewards, just like Ulta does. But the thing I think I like about Ulta a little bit more is because Ulta has their coupons, and very often they're even on Retail Me Not. And Ulta also takes coupons like for CoverGirl, Maybelline, L'Oreal that you get in the newspaper, and you can combine those with their $3.50 off of 10. So that's why I choose Ulta over Sephora. Mother's Day is March 26th over there. Oh, very cool. So your Mother's Day is coming up very soon. Lip Balm Queen is here. Our Mother's Day is in May. It's usually around the 9th, somewhere around that, between the 6th and the 13th, usually falls Mother's Day here. And of course it's on Sunday, so we're always in church, and then the kids usually take me out to a nice dinner. We always celebrate with my mom too, so I'm with my mom and me and my kids, and we have a big nice dinner and just spend the whole day together, and it is always awesome. Love Mother's Day. Someone's here from Germany. Hello from Germany. I love this Facebook Live. I am talking to people all over the world. That's pretty cool. Now, Miss Stationery and stuff, tell me, what do you guys do for Mother's Day where you are? Is it kind of the same thing for you over there? Let's see what that says. Babsalon 12, hello. I think that's what that said. I didn't bring my glasses in here. I'll have to remind myself before the next live show, bring my glasses. It is hard to see some of these. There she is, Babsalon 12. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Very nice to have you join our chat today. This is really fun. I am enjoying getting to talk to so many people from all over the place. Lip Balm Queen, love your channel. Well, thank you very much. I'm so happy you're part of the family. Yeah, it's on a Sunday and you spend it with your husband and children. Your oldest is 12, so they're still young. That is a fun age. Oh my goodness, it really is. But it goes so fast from here. So enjoy every minute. I can't believe my kids this year will be 18 and 20 already. I cannot even believe it. People used to tell me time would fly, and I didn't believe it, but it really does. Ninju, she's heading out. Have a great Friday. You too, Ninju. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, Lip Balm Queen, that went away really fast. You might have to ask me that again. I didn't catch it before it disappeared. Susan, you missed your mom. You lost her 5 years ago. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that has to be very difficult to lose your mom. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that. Babsalon 12, your mother is in heaven also. Oh, you go visit her at the cemetery? That is a great way to spend Mother's Day. I lost my grandma a couple of years ago in April. April 1st will be 2 years ago. Some of you have heard that story on the channel already. And I love on her birthday to be able to go to the cemetery and take flowers and spend some time with her. So that's a great thing to do. Sweet dreams. Hello. Love you. How have you raised your children? I hope I can raise kids as good as yours. Oh, well, thank you so much. I think for us, the secret, we have made plenty of mistakes. I'll be the first to tell you that. I'm definitely, you guys know my personality, so I can be quick to mouth, in frustration or different things like that. So we have definitely made our share of mistakes as parents. But I think the thing that helps us have such a good relationship with our kids and what you guys see on camera is that we have always treated them as people, not property. And what I mean by that is we have always tried to maintain and to keep, this lipstick is driving me crazy, guys. We've always tried to keep a friendship type conversation rolling with them, trying to empathize with them right where they are, keep the lines of communication open. We're quick to apologize when we do make mistakes as parents, to let the kids know, listen, Mommy shouldn't have said that, or we shouldn't have done that. We were wrong in making that decision. And that has really gone a long way with them trusting us. Saw the chocolate challenge. Oh, you did? That was really fun. We had a fun time with that. We've done milk chocolate now and the white chocolate. Love the kids. Well, thank you so much for that. And I think that that's just really the secret to how we have raised our kids. Just remember, your kids are not something you own. They're not intrusions into your life. They are viable human beings that have a brain. They're able to think, and they have great ideas. Our kids, I can remember even at 6 years old, we were very involved with outreach ministry programs through the church. And Kristen, especially, because she's older than Bub, at that time she was around 6 years old. And I can remember she would tell us things like, Mom, I really just feel like we need to go by and check on so-and-so today. And I would say, well, babe, you feel like that's what God is telling you? And she'd say, yes, ma'am. And we would stop the car, turn around, and we would drive to where these people were and stop in and check on them. And she was right. They would need us to be there for whatever reason. And so that taught her at a very young age that we believed that she was smart, that she could think, that she could hear from God, and that we were going to support that, and that we were going to believe her. And that's helped her as she's grown older to know that we trust her, and we trust her ability to be a reasoning, thinking human being, not just a piece of property that's ours to boss around, if that makes sense. Because so many times I see parents when we're out in public and it's like they seem so disconnected from their kids, and it's this mentality, because I said so, I'm the parent. We never did that. If our kids questioned us on why we were asking them to do something, we thought, you know what, they really do have a right to know. I would want to know if I'm working and my boss asked me to do something and I say, but I would like to know why I'm needing to do this. Don't I want him to stop and give me an answer? So it's kind of the same way in the home. The kids have a right to ask and understand. And when you take time to help them understand, guys, it goes a long way, and you build trust, and they know that you really love them and that you're not bothered by them, if that makes sense. Your parents always said that to you, and you've always tried not to be like that with, oh, well, I'm sorry that they said that to you. Because I know that's frustrating when you're little, because you're not most of the time being disrespectful. You really just are trying to understand. And I think it's important for parents to know that your kids go through different stages in mental development, and they really need answers. They're trying to process and learn how to become viable adults and future parents themselves, and they need to know, why are you making the decisions that you're making, or why is this something that's wrong for me to do in the home? They're processing that information, and it really does. It goes a long way with helping to build a good relationship between you and your children. So that's the best advice that I can give you. Just slow down and listen to them and love them like real people. I always hate whenever you go to a restaurant, and yes, they do have very inquisitive minds because they're learning, that's for sure. Oh, well, thank you very much, Raina. I try to be a good mom. I definitely make a lot of mistakes, but I do try my best. I love my kiddos more than anything, and I'm just so grateful that God has given them to me. And I'm really sad, guys, that they're getting older and life is about to change. Matter of fact, we're going to do a Real Talk on that soon. Real Talk has also been moved over there to that other channel. So you're going to want to make sure you subscribe to the vlog channel as well as that ministry channel, because we have so much content going on all three channels. You don't want to miss anything. But a Real Talk, let's see, this week on Real Talk, we talked about, how to get through a difficult time. Sweet dreams. Did your kids ever want to attend public school? That's a great question. And we actually do have a whole video, matter of fact, 2 videos, I think, where I let the kids tell you guys about their experience. If I can remember, I'm going to link those down in the comments section that you can go back and watch those later. But yeah, long story short, there were times whenever they felt like maybe they were missing out on something by not being in a public school, because they would hear their friends at church maybe talk about something that had happened at school or whatever. And there were times that they thought they would like to attend, but when then they would see that their friends had to be at school on certain days that they had off here at home, or to know they had to get up so early to be in school, and we could sleep in and start at 10 if we wanted. It's like it put it back into, I think I'm glad I'm home. So yeah, there were times they wanted to be in a public school setting, but the benefits of being home far outweighed any of those. And overall, now both of them are even talking about homeschooling their own kids. They have loved it so very much. So homeschooling is all in what you make it. It can be a very positive experience, but it can also be a negative one. And it really just depends on how you handle it that will determine how well you're going to do at it. Amy, your son goes to a private school. We had talked about that. Had we could have afforded it when they were very small, private school would have definitely been an option for us. Have a great day. You're going to have lunch with your little one. Okay, Tammy, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm glad you were here. Glad you were here. Speaking of that, what time is it getting to be? 11:40. Okay, we got about 4 more minutes, and then we're going to kind of wrap it down. I can't believe time's gotten away so fast. Oh, Nessa, that went away so fast. Can you type that for me again? I'm sorry, I missed it. Trying to see the time and all that. I totally missed it. Yeah, time has gotten away from us. Let's see. This says we've been going 35 minutes and 1 second. Wow. It feels like I just turned the camera on. Oh my goodness. I could see that these live sessions would probably get me in a lot of trouble, because as long as you guys were here asking me or talking to me, I'd sit here all day and talk to you. That's for sure. It could get me in trouble in a hurry, guys. But I like it. It's fun. It's fun doing it real time, because it's fun responding to you guys' comments, but sometimes I don't get to them for a couple of days, and then I feel bad because I will have had a couple more videos that go up that probably answer your question before I can even type back to you. So I love this format. Carrie, always look forward to your videos. You bless my day. Oh, well, thank you so much, Carrie. And you bless my day every time you comment and leave me encouraging words. So it is a win-win for both of us. I love that. Thank you so very much. But yeah, that time for me. YouTube Live might have been a bad idea for this phone of mine. Love your channel. Have an awesome day. Thank you, family. You have an awesome day too. I'm glad you're part of the family. Nessa says you ran away when you were 14. It went away again. Nessa, can you try it one more time? I'm so sorry. You ran away from home when you were 14? Wow. And was it just because there was a breakdown of communication between you and your parents, or can you tell us a little bit of why you made that decision? Because with all these parenting questions, that might help some of us know what kind of mistakes parents make that really do drive their kids away. I think another thing that we find too in our ministry is a lot of kids, because your dad was too strict. Yes, living in a very strict environment is as detrimental as living in one that's too permissive. Absolutely. Both are equally as harsh. I'm sorry, this question, what time is it here? It's 5:40 in the evening. You love the Dollar Tree videos. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so it's 5:40 in the evening where you are, and right here, it is 11:43, almost noon where I am. Let's see. Your dad was also too strict. Very strict and controlling parents, and that actually can even cause self-esteem issues in kids, as well as a family where there are no boundaries and where everything is permissible. Both extremes are equally as damaging to the psyche of a child. Absolutely, for sure. That is, and I think probably the key is sometimes, because we've been what I would call strict in our household as well. Yeah, I know, Nessa, that is true. Hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? Always 20/20. So many things you wish you could go back and do different, but you can't, and you just have to ask the Lord to heal all those mistakes and go from here, and He absolutely can. I think one of the things too that frustrates kids is an unfair discipline that doesn't match the crime, so to speak. You know, I mean, we've had our son that would be visiting over at a friend's house, say on a Sunday afternoon or whatever, and the kid would do something, leave a room dirty or whatever, and then all of a sudden, even though he had a guest over for the day, he would have to go in there, clean his whole entire room, and couldn't even enjoy his guest while he was there. And that was frustrating for my son as the guest, and it was frustrating for that child. You know, if you're going to administer discipline, don't embarrass them in front of friends. Yes, some situations have to be taken care of immediately, but still there's a way to do it where it doesn't bring a lot of embarrassment and shame, and make it fair, because it's really not fair for a kid when you see their room is messy before you leave the house in the morning, but then you get off to a park or an event and the kid says, can so-and-so come home with me? If you make the decision to allow them to come on home knowing the bedroom is a mess. Hey, Teresa, Tata Cakes is here. How are you, girlfriend? I'm so glad you have joined us. If they feel like if you have allowed them to bring the friend home knowing the house was a mess, then don't get home and now embarrass them in front of their kid by making them clean the mess that you already knew was there. Just tell them while you're out, no, nobody can come today. You left your room a mess. So I think unfair disciplines that don't match the crime really frustrate teenagers, and it puts them in a state of resentment towards you. So be careful with that one. Jen's Crazy Life. Hey, and love you. Well, hello. Welcome to our live broadcast today. This is really fun. I think I could get addicted to this live thing. I'm going to have to really structure myself or I'd be here all day, every day. Nessa, I have left the past behind so that I get along with my dad now. That is great, Nessa. Absolutely. You have to do that. You have to get to the point to where you understand that yes, they made mistakes and they may not have done everything right, but at the end of the day, it's still your family and you love them and you work towards bridging and building back relationships that were broken. So I'm glad you've been able to do that, because you only have one set of parents, and as bad or as good as some of them may be, at the end of the day, they still deserve a little respect and honor. And I know sometimes that's hard to do. Well, I love you too, Nessa. I really do. It just, we deal with this a lot with kids, because we see kids come in that live in very abusive situations, and to the point to where sometimes state services have to even be called because of the environment and the situation they're in. And at the end of the day, we have to remind them, keep your heart free and forgiving, understanding that in God's eyes, even the worst of parents, in God's eyes, still have value, and there is hope for them. No matter how old they get, no matter how old you get, there is still hope that God can get in there and change their heart. And that doesn't excuse anything that they've ever done. And I think sometimes, even with myself, that's the hardest part of forgiveness is I almost feel like, man, if I forgive them for what they've done, it almost makes it sound as though what they did was okay. Like I'm permitting that. And I have to change my mindset and the mindset of the kids that we work with. It doesn't mean that that's okay, what your parents have done, but it does mean it keeps you free from being locked in a mental bondage, which is torment as much as the physical abuse you're going through. So glad you could do that, Nessa. I really am, because you're going to be so much happier that way. That one went away too fast. I couldn't see it. Jan's Crazy Life. I think one lesson I have learned is that with my parents, it went away too fast. I'm sorry. Can you try to type that again for me and let me catch the second half of that? This screen rolls so fast. Nessa. Okay, you're answering someone else who had, can y'all see each other's comments? That's cool. I didn't know you could do that on your end, because on my end, I'm just seeing one at a time. Am changing. Good to see you live. Glad that you are here. Babsalon 12. Let's see. Susan, have a great day. Really like this YouTube talk. It's like talking to friends. Thank you, and you have a good day. I'm glad you were able to stop by. That's been so fun. Hopefully I was able to catch some of you on your lunch. I kind of thought if I do it around lunchtime, then some of you might be able to join in if you're working. All right, so there's Nessa. She's given her email address to some of you guys. Hopefully that's going to log all of your comments down in the comment section. I'm not sure yet how it works. This is only the second time that I've ever done it, so not real sure. We'll have to see. Hey, Great Power. Yes, I plan to do it every Friday. Hey, Danny Jackson, how are you, girl? I have not been able to catch up with your videos in a little while. I have been missing you. I absolutely have. Life has been so crazy busy here that I have had a hard time staying up on top of all my watching. I was able to do a little bit more yesterday because I was so sick, but I am missing some of y'all. How are you feeling, Danny? I hope that you are doing well. I know there for a little while you were having some health troubles and in and out of the hospital. Let's see, she's working out right now, trying to transform. Good for you. Good for you. We're doing it together. Doing it together. That's the saddest thing about the last 2 days. I have not been able to get out and do my walk, and I miss it. After not doing it for so long and then getting back in the swing of it, now I can't do it. I've missed it. I understand. I'm fine. Yes, feeling much better. I'm glad to hear that, Danny. You have been in my prayers, so I'm glad to know that you're feeling better. Absolutely. Babsalon 12. In May, we come to America for the holidays a few days before. You need some Dollar Tree. Oh, you're coming to, where in America are you coming? Are you coming to California, to New York? Maybe coming to Florida? That would be so fun to get to meet some of you guys. Yeah, we're actually going to be in California the first week of August. Well, we're hoping to be. If we raise all of our funds for National Fine Arts, we should be. And we're going to be in Anaheim. So I'm excited about that. I have never been to California, always wanted to go. And so this is going to be a good reason to get to go. So I'm very excited about that. First possible trip to California coming soon. How about that? If any of you are in that area, you'll have to let me know, and I'll let you know what dates we're going to be there, and maybe we can do some kind of meetup or something. That would be awesome. That would be so cool. Let's see here. Babylon 12. This year you're coming to Los Angeles. Then we drive 4 weeks to land around with the RV. Ooh, now that would be fun. So you're going to have like a whole month here where you're going to tour around in an RV. That would be so fun. Next year, Florida maybe. Yes, that would be awesome if you ever do make it. Have you been to Florida before when you've ever visited the States? Let's see, Nessa, have a blessed day. Thanks, Nessa, for stopping by. Love you, girlfriend. And I hope you have a great afternoon as well. If you've never been to Florida and you're coming to America, you've definitely got to stop by at some point and visit us down here. Love living in Florida. Absolutely love it. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else. May have to someday, but wouldn't want to. So hopefully the good Lord will see fit to keep us here. Yes, but I would love to have an RV and travel around the world. We said that on a recent I think it was a Real Talk. It may have been the husband tag. I can't remember for sure what video, but the hubs and I both have said when he retires, if we had an RV where we could just tour and see all of the states, that would be so fun. Oh my word. All right, you guys. Well, it is 11:52. I hate that I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this short, but the hubs is on his way in for lunch. So mama better get ready for that, right? I want to thank all of you so very, very much for joining me today. This has been fun. People all over the world, from the UK and Germany and just everywhere. Thank you, Carrie. You have a good day too, and much love right back to you. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off, you guys. Babylon, have a nice day. All right, you have a nice day as well. Don't forget to check out those other 2 channels, guys, for anything that you might be missing. Great power. See you again. Cha-cha cakes, hugs, and love to you too. Jan's Crazy Life, thank you. I hope I do end up getting much better as the day goes along. And Amy, hope you have a great day too. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, you guys, and we will see you soon in the next video.